Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is Frank the Vamp, and guys, do I have a treat for you tonight? We're gonna talk about Italian horror, but no, we're not gonna talk about the stylish, nightmarish visuals of Dario Argento. Not the awesome goblin and the awesome music that it it um, shows. We're not gonna talk about the great mystery, the Profondo Rosso. Not even gonna talk about Suspiria type of horrors. Nope. We're not even gonna go to talk about demons, even though we have more to do with like demons too type of thing. So you know what this means is cheese. Yes, we're gonna talk about cheesy Italian horror, and there's no cheesier or crazier or cooler and so fantastic as Zombie 2. And how do we begin talking about this film? Zombie 2, also known as Zombie, also known as Zombie Flesh Eaters, and also known as Woodo. Um, let's talk about the birth of this awesome film. This film was born because of George Romero, an awesome director that I love so much. In fact, I'm gonna start doing some George Romero pretty soon. Even though they're American films, I really got it. I really got to do some because there's such a big guilty pleasure of mine that I just love them. I just love zombie flicks, anyways. But coming back to this, so there's a film that, besides Night of the Living Dead, the original masterpiece by Romero, um, as another zombie film got made and just as awesome, called Dawn of the Dead in the 70s. And Dawn of the Dead sparked Zombie 2. Why do they call it Zombie 2? Well, Zombie was the title of Dawn of the Dead in Italy. That's the international title. So they made it like that so people would think that this was a sequel to Dawn of the Dead. So basically, the Italians went to cash in. That's There's a lot of people that's done this before. So this, if not, just watch some horror films that had slightly different titles than the originals, and they just cash in and make it as so people would confuse them. I could think of 100,000s. I think when Blade came out, they had a they had a movie called something like, I don't even remember what the movie was called, but it was called something like Rave Vampires or something like. So everybody would think, oh, vampires, dress up like ravers, and therefore it must be have something to do with Blade, and people will go watch stupid movie direct to DVD crap, garbage. But here is where the awesome thing happened here. We're not going to talk about a bad movie because I don't talk about those. I talk about really cool stuff, and this is cool. This movie may be bad, but it's so bad, it's good. It's Demons 2 type of cool. So we have this movie could have been the crappiest, stupidest, worst thing ever, but it was given to this genius dude, Lucio Fulci. And Lucio Fulci, which later on went on to direct many really gory, messed up movies that about zombies and about other things that were really graphic. And but before he did that, he thought that how do you make a movie that most likely not a lot of people are expecting a big deal about into something cool. Well, how do you make George Romero? How do you top that genius. There's no way. The dude didn't have any money. He's working with an Italian low budget film. Um, he didn't have the manpower. He didn't have the writers. He didn't have the awesomeness. All he had is some dude, some producer dude that say, "Hey, you know what? Make it similar. Make it like people would like to watch, and you're gonna do something." Well, he thought of one thing that he could try to do better than Romero, and make it hello gory. And I'm talking about like disturbingly gory. This film is so violent and so vile that, in fact, it's been banned in several countries, man, including the UK. Yes, this film's messed up, and I love it. Yeah, there's something wrong with me, obviously. Well, I'm reviewing movies on the internet. Well, I'm a vampire. Yep. Anyways, let's keep talking about the movie. So this awesome, awesome movie. Let's talk about why it is. Why do I love it? Why it's so awesome, and why should you watch it? Let's go. Well, we know it's Lucio Fulci directs, starring Tisa Farrow, Ian McCulloch, Richard Johnson, and Al Kleiber. And let's talk about the plot, which is actually incredibly imaginative and complex for so low budget film. That they totally surprised me, but it actually works in a way, even though sometimes it doesn't make sense. But oh well. Um, we have the protagonist. Well, before we get into the protagonist, we have a boat drifting away, drifting in the water because of New York City. Cops, Coast Guard or something goes check it out, boards the ship, finds an incredibly large, ghoulish zombie that attacks one of the officers and kills him in a gruesome, horrible manner. The other officer, finds the ghoulish zombie, incredibly large zombie, and shoots him repeated times until the zombie falls into its death, if you can call it. He's already dead, but he falls in the water and never comes back. So, that later on is revealed that the boat belongs to this, to this lady's father. This lady called Anne, and Anne is questioned by the police because the boat belonged to father, and their father went to a tropical island, which turns out to be St. Thomas of the U.S. Virgin Islands, but it's called Matul for some reason. And you can't really figure out what the nationality of people there are. I think it's, because at first you look like they're gonna be some type of Spanish speaking things, and according to the accent that they dubbed the movie in English, I don't know if you. I wish I would have caught it in the original Italian, the release I watched. But anyhow, that's just nitpicks here and there. It's low budget, so it's gonna go like that. So well, so we have the a reporter named Peter. It's assigned by his news story to report on this. So for some reason, Anne and Peter, want to go to this island, and they need a boat, and they get this boat with this weird couple, and they go into this island. In this, I guess I have to keep spoil. There's not. This plot is so awesome. I try not to spoil too much, but oh well. They try to go to this island, and in this island, there's this crazy professor that or doctor that wants to study the zombies that are all of a sudden coming up, and nobody wants to go to this island because supposedly it's cursed and zombies are rising out of the earth, and the recently deceased is coming back to life, but also the people have been dead for a long time apparently, and which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But anyways, it's funny. I'm not gonna say why. I'm just gonna stop with the plot because it's just so dumb. There's one thing that I like about the plot, a couple of things, but that's the plot. All right, they're gonna go look for the father, and something obviously horrible happened on this island. There's zombies everywhere at this island, and but what makes this thing so great? Well, two big scenes, man. We got the right before they're gonna go in the island. We see first of all gratuitous nudity in this thing for no good reason. You know, one of the girls gets naked and goes scuba dive. Yeah, because everybody gets naked when they scuba dive. Yeah, and there's the infamous shark scene. There's a freaking shark that she hides from it, and then she sees a zombie inside the water that actually bites a shark and tries to eat the shark, and the shark bites the zombie, and there's dude, that's an actual shark. I don't even know how they did it. I don't even know if that's even legal to. I don't even know it's animal cruelty. Just I don't even know, man. I'm not gonna leave that alone. I don't even know if you guys know. Post it because that's so crazy. I don't think that's right to treat a shark the way they did. I hoping it's a puppet. Will somebody tell me about this? I couldn't find enough information about it. All I know is freaking crazy. And there's one scene when one lady gets killed by a zombie by a freaking wooden gigantic splinter penetrating the eye of this lady. I can't say this enough. There's crazy scenes like I don't know how old the um, conquistador that was buried on this island comes back to life. Um, would conquistadors that happen? Like I don't know how many was it? I don't know, 500 years. Wouldn't the body have turned to dust by now? Uh, anyhow, without going to logic, it's freaking funny because it's also improbable and so freaking stupid, but it's just so awesome. And it's just the acting over the top, cheesy. Uh, there's a couple. The ending is cool. The end is really cool. I like it how they try to incorporate it into the Dawn of the Dead tiding. That's what they did. The beginning and the end, they planned it to tied into the, and it actually freaking works, believe it or not. It's just cheesy. It's just funny. You laugh at some of the stuff. You can't believe some of the stuff. There's some zombie kills that are plain disgusting, brain splattering and things that they haven't done before. The makeup on these things sometimes looks so freaking cheesy and nothing. Like looks like I couldn't make it out of my backyard. I could have done that crap. However, sometimes it looks so real and creative that it grosses me out. So it works on so many levels, man. It's truly genius, man. Lucio Fulci, man, I'm a fan. I gotta watch more of his films. It wasn't good, but it was so funny, so gory, so over the top, so incredible, crazy that you just gotta watch it. It's so entertaining, and isn't that what we watch movies for? What's so scary? Yeah, but I find myself that this was some kind of comedy to me. It's so gory, it's comedy. It's just like this is like House Two type of comedy, like how like so like Killer Clowns from Outer Space type of horror. You just don't get scared. You just laugh all throughout. There's some kind of a couple of jump scenes, but I mean it's so cheesy. You must watch this film. If you like stinky cheese, you like gore. You like freaking Italian cinema. You like over the topness. This film, dude, you gotta watch. This is Frank the Bat signing off. Let me know what you wanna do. Put your comments. Tell me if you like it. If you didn't like it, tell me how you feel about it. Zombie 2, man, or however you wanna call it. It's an awesome movie. 2 thumbs up. God bless you. Take care. Ciao. Arrivederci.